We want to go over to Chief Global Strategist from Nikko Asset Management, John Vail, joins us from Tokyo now. Hello to you, John. Thanks so much for joining us. So will the Bank of Japan change its language on the economic recovery? Is it more bullish?
I think it should. Obviously, things are improving here. Unemployment is not that high, and exports are booming. Domestic demand even seems to be fairly stable. So it calls for an improvement in the economic outlook.
How are they going to do that? Are they going to remove the moderate expansion language?
Yes, they'll tweak that up a bit, I think. Not too much, or else people will call them too much optimists. But yeah, we expect a moderate increase in their language towards growth.
Now, the Bank of Japan has come under a lot of pressure from the government to do something about deflation. Last month, they expanded a credit program, QE. I wonder if the Japanese government will be satisfied now, or if they're going to want more, especially before the upper house election in July.
Well, they'll always say they want more, I think. However, I think some of the pressure is actually off the Bank of Japan. The yen is at a much more tolerable level at 94. That's a key ingredient towards the deflationary outlook. In fact, it could be that with oil prices being where they are, that the CPI could turn positive in the not-too-distant future, because even in yen terms, it's starting to become an inflationary factor for Japan.
Interesting. Do you think we are going to hear anything from the Bank of Japan on deflation? Are they going to signal the end of it?
I think they're increasingly comfortable that we're moving at least towards the zero range, and that they're committed to that. I think that's wise of them to say that. Yes, I think they'll mention that that deflation is receding.
Now, when we talk about deflation, let's just talk about what the Bank of Japan can actually do to fight deflation, because it seems that perhaps the expectations on them from the government are a bit unrealistic.
Well, any central bank can cause inflation if it wants to. I mean, it's not perfectly easy to do, as Japan has shown, although they never really wanted to cause a lot of inflation, primarily because the government has so much debt that to create inflation would create very high interest rates, and that would be a tremendous burden for the government. So there's a problem with trying to create too much inflation in Japan. But yes, I think they are committed to something above zero.
Okay.
And I think they're well on their way towards achieving that.
John Vail, we've got to leave it there. Thanks so much for joining us.